my point. Just
let's go. That's all I'm asking for. It should be easy for you to do.
Which I have been doing.
Fucking papers.
Hold on. No, show me the Yahawadiah language versus the Phoenician alphabet.
You do know that the length. I'll say it again. You do know the Japanese have.
Well, Wes, don't you know?
Japanese, beloved brother. I'm talking about this language.
That's my point. Just because you speak a language doesn't mean you have to use a different alphabet. So I'm saying the Japanese speak Japanese, but they use a kanji alphabet. Just like the Israelites were using a Chaldean or Phoenician alphabet.
Getting smoked in front of bad people and shit. Getting smoked.
Okay. You want to know why you can't show it, Judah? Because it didn't.
Damn, 40 people watching this shit. Hot damn.
And I'm not going to sit here and continue to argue with you about this. Hold on, let me say this. Hold on. Your time is up. Your time is up, beloved. It didn't exist, Judah. And I'm tired of lying to our people about this stuff. It never existed.
You're going to turn away in a minute.
They learned,
get
even
the heat
the book
off.
of Acts tell you Moses learned everything from the Egyptians. And we're going to sit here and dog out a group of people who taught them your ancestors, brother. It's time out for the bullshit. It didn't exist. I already researched it. I spent months and months and months. Hold on real quick. Brother, hold on, Judah. You can't answer the question now.
Yeah,
you can't answer it now. Go ahead. No. If you're going to answer the question, please show me, please show me the difference in what you call the Yahawadiah language versus the Phoenician alphabet. Show me the two alphabets. Just show it to us. Just show it.
Now, how many? I'm
gonna show it again. Exactly.
I'm gonna show it again.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna show it again. He's gonna keep acting like I didn't do it.
Go ahead.
This is the game. This is called niggery.
Now you're looking to add homonyms. Just
you want to see it again? Go ahead. Okay.
And he know nobody can see that shit. That was hot about it. He know nobody can see that shit.
Well, wait a minute.
No, I want to see Yahawadiah's language.
Sir, the Yahawadiah language is a spoken language with Canaanite or Phoenician alphabet.
Exactly. So they don't have their own lingua franca then.
So you're trying to say, oh man.
They had their own provincial dialect.
He said a dialect. That's like having a Boston dialect to a Texas dialect.
They got it right.
Know what I mean? In New York, they all speak different. And they say the same shit, but it's the same shit, nigga.
Hold on.
Stupid.
I want to acknowledge that in this Israelite shit. Hold on, brother, hold on. The reason why y'all don't want to acknowledge that because you don't want to learn anything from the Egyptians. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. Get the fuck out of here, Judah. You telling some bullshit.
You speak Nigerian.
He say you speak Nigerian.
Everybody in Egypt, the Africans, the Egyptians, they would move further down into the sub-Saharan Africa, across the Delta, and below the Delta. What the fuck is you talking about? Now you want some bullshit again. You gotta attack Africa to make your point.
Here, go ahead.
No, you gotta attack Africa to make your point every single time when y'all wouldn't even have shit if it wasn't for Africa.
That nigga, it's like, goddamn nigga, you know I got this sweater on. He's sticking that sweater up. Steve coming off of that motherfucker and shit. Aight.
Stop that bullshit, nigga. I done studied this shit. I've been on this shit for 9 months, nigga. You can't fuck with me at this. And I'm listening to you live. That's why you trying to crawl under a car now. There is no fucking lingua franca for what you call the Yahawadiah language, nigga. It don't exist, nigga. We created the alphabet, the sciences, the mathematics, and the literature, and everybody came to us and learned. Then the shit get represented to us. And all y'all can do at One West or any of them other goddamn Israelite schools tell us we could be slaves, nigga. So no matter where you start our fucking history of our slavery, nigga. It's the same fucking thing, nigga. Fuck you. Fuck that Bible. Fuck that God that's in that Bible. And fuck all those fake ass kings that's in that Bible because they never existed, nigga. Damn.
That's all right.
And fuck anybody else that bring that shit to me, nigga.
Who's ready to see this nigga bleed
out of here, nigga?
Let's see this nigga bleed out. Raise your hand if you want to see this nigga bleed out.
You ain't answered one question all night, nigga. You ain't answered one question all night. You talking about Solomon and Japanese and the Japanese and everything else, dog? You can't even answer some basic questions. I know who God is, nigga. I know who my creator is.
I can't believe I'm recording
I
this.
see God. I'm going to my mama out to see God. I'm going outside to see creation. You talking about a book that a white man wrote and gave it back to us, represented us and said, fuck your history. Get shut off that slavery, nigga. And you can't answer one question on here. That's why you tap dancing now. Fuck out of here, Judah.
Oh,
shit. Japan, my nigga. You busted up, dog. You busted, dog.
Hey, John, can I talk?
Damn. No.
Yeah, go ahead, tap dance. I'm enjoying the music.
Get that Egyptian booty fucking dick washing shit.
Oh, see the faggot shit, see? See the fruity stuff.
You got Lot that slept with his own daughters, nigga. Get the fuck out of here.
You always trying to make some kind of gesture like that.
Africa to make your point. You got to attack Africa to make your point.
Yep, there's always got to be an attack.
Tell this fucking sellout to shut up and learn something. First of all, when you start a story of Haru and Set, and when you saw that shit, that was one usurping his own power over him. That ain't got nothing to do with no fucking homosexuality.
You got smoked. Chris Harris done done it again. Damn, you wanted to be on there so bad. You was pumped you got on there tonight, nigga. You was pumped. And look what happened.
Y'all got one temple standing. Y'all got no more, no original script.
Oh shit!
That's why you
this nigga.
Your own argument.
Look, that nigga, he all stuffed up. That nigga look like a turtle. You know that little turtle and shit? He used to draw in the back of the. They had the thing in the back of the TV guide and shit. You draw the turtle and shit. You mail it in and shit. Motherfuckers send you some money. You draw good enough.
Speaking a bunch of bullshit, nigga. You ain't coming with no facts. You coming with the same shit that these one West Negroes that came with for the last 5 years, nigga.
We gotta let Judas stop. All these goddamn.
Hold on. Then you gotta ask.
Look, he jumping up and down and shit. That big long ass ET fingers.
Facebook page. Why you telling everybody Christ is a fucking cube and why you into Saturn cult war shit, nigga? You gotta answer all that in front of me tonight, nigga. Fuck the language, nigga. Fuck the language. That language ain't gonna get us no money. That language ain't gonna move us forward, nigga. That language ain't even spoken no more, nigga.
You still gonna cry?
Ain't nobody crying, niggas. You know, hold on. You know why, Judah? You just a false prophet. That's all. You a false prophet, Judah.
This goddamn thing.
Like Nipsey Russell said in Wildcats.
The nigga, we got you teaching Hinduism and yoga.
The nigga pump like, we finally saw the last of the peanut butter.
Right now, put this up on this clown, man. You teach yoga classes. What are you talking about? Now we done exposed you all up and down Killer B channel. Now you're being a false prophet. Now you're being a false prophet. See, you gotta attack Africa on everything that you do. Sorry, man. You garbage, man. You couldn't explain the question. You can't show us an original lingua franca. Then you gotta dodge and delineate between China, Japanese, and then come way back to the Levant region. You know how silly.
That's what y'all get for blocking Willie Grits, nigga.
Start the debate, Start the debate between me and this clown.
God damn.
Debate between me and you. I'm gonna go on mute. Because you already done. I'm throwing your head over in this lake right now.
Don't throw no Baffies, Judah. That didn't blow the Baffy. Come on. You throw no Baffy.
Get that ancient Egyptian bullshit the fuck out of here. Who the fuck is that, nigga? Yama, a.k.a. Osiris. Motherfucking god of the Nile.
No, nigga. Osiris is Greek. His name was Asar, nigga. It's Asar. His name was Asar. In the same way you see the star in the east, what y'all call the Star of David, was originally the Star of Asar, brother. Get out of here, man. They stole every story, every concept, every lingua franca up out of there and then lied about it. So now you trying to call everybody faggots because that's all you can do. Ad hominem attacks, what you've been doing all night.
I didn't call you no name, nigga. I said this faggot ass ancient Egyptian bullshit. That's what I said.
Brother, one more time. Did Lot sleep with his daughters?
Did they sleep with animals?
Jacob, hold on, wait a minute. Did what's his name sleep with his daughters? All these people getting drunk. All these people getting drunk sleeping with their daughters, right? Get out of here, man. Stop it, man. We can all point out weaknesses in doctrine, but at least I can understand that you got different priesthoods. You got different priesthoods that was all throughout Mary that told a different story of a star and set.
He keeps getting me off so I can't talk because he knows he's about to get fucking bled out. He knows. I'm the motherfucking kemet killer. I smacked them motherfucking weird ass beers off them weird ass niggas. Okay? The motherfuckers buried themselves with cats. Okay? And slaves. Get them niggas the fuck out of here with that goddamn bullshit.
Y'all killed lambs and bulls and goats talking about God forgiving y'all for y'all sins.
Well,
You just another Christian, Judah. You can't answer any of my questions when you get in front of somebody that really know what they're talking about. That's what it is. It's always like that with y'all.
I'm not here.
Hey, Solar, can me and him set up this debate right now? Can we set up this debate right now?
Oh, shut the fuck up now, Judah. Get mad.
Let's set it up. Let's make it the first debate of the season.
Look. He say, come on, guys.
Thou shalt not kill.
Yeah, I gotta call Willie Grits, yo. I gotta call girl Willie Grits. Damn, I don't want to stop the thing.
Because Hindu bullshit has no substance behind it.
You teach it, Judah. You teach the 7 chakras, brother. You teach it. You teach it. You teach it. That's all he do is say faggot and Hindu and yoga like he proving something.
Okay. When you're done,
let me keep saying. When the name Brahma, you don't even know what Abraham and Sarah really allegorically stood for. That was the sun and the moon, nigga. And the sun follows the moon. The moon follows the sun everywhere it goes.
Damn.
You don't even know what you're talking about. You weak.
Damn.
You weak. You up here asking me, can I speak a certain language? I can't speak none of that stuff because none of it mean nothing for me and my people moving forward. But it mean everything to you because you think some God's gonna come up out the sky, crack the sky, kill all white people, and magically put us back in a land where don't shit grow.
Anthony, you got my respects, man. I'm a white man, but this is what black people need. Somebody like you.
He said,
There you go again, attacking black people, because that's all you know how to do.
Oh shit! Yo, who was that dude? He said that what black people need. Somebody like you.
A lot of relationships. That's what I got here. I'm out of here, man. Go worship your book. And notice and call upon the real creator. Talking about some Yahweh, Yehovah, Yode, Yode, Atwa, and all this other stuff when I can look right up in the sky and look all around me and see creation while you looking in a motherfucking book with some funny letters, nigga. Get you, your bullshit doctrine, the fuck up out of here, nigga. This is solar vision.
Nigga, look out the window.
Nigga. Creation is an allegory?
No, nigga. Creation ain't in no book. Creation is not a book, nigga. The stories are allegorical creation. It went from zoomorphic. What they set up there, it did was
set up the debate, nigga. Shit. What you waiting on?
And that's why we so confused. Get up out of here.
Yara, is Genesis 1 allegory or literal, sir?
Rob Rack, you a moron.
Okay, cool.
Yo, why Ryan trying to save Judah? Like,
hey, y'all, tune in. We finna go live on Judah. And we gonna show that he teaches Hinduism. We gonna show that he teaches Hinduism.
About to go live. We about to ride on this.
Because he's gonna say what he believes.
We about to ride on this.
You gonna do the both sides of your mouth, Rob Rack.
Oh shit! He about to ride on this nigga.
Tonight and tomorrow, but
damn,
tomorrow you gonna be a Canaanite again, bro. So how you make that conflate, brother? How do you make that conflate, brother?
Hey, listen, Israelites come from
anything with two heads, brother, is a monster.
It's like black people who live in America.
Anything with two heads is a monster. You not black or white. You don't know what you are.
Yo, I gotta sit up the teach, yo.
You Canaanite one night and Israelite the
next. Yo, I gotta stop this, y'all. I gotta stop this shit, yo. I gotta sit up. We about to go live on this nigga. We about to ride on this nigga.
Every time y'all sit up there and hear, every time you read the book, you got this God, this smoke in the sky, banging on African tribes. But when the Greeks and everybody else come over there, they don't do nothing.
Word, what's up with y'all OT heads and goddamn drugs and shit? Show me some drugs in the scriptures, dummy.
Mute you. My hands is far from the mic. I want
make a choice, dude.
Genesis 1 literal.
Make a choice tonight.
to hear my side of the story. I didn't hear
Nobody want to hear your side of the story.
I do, Judah. I'm going back on you.
And let me ask you real quick. Why is it in the Why is it in your Torah the law is feminine? It tells you that the law is feminine. But
Who the hell is that nigga?
Been saying the law is ma'at and we can apply it to ourselves every day. And now y'all want to sit up there and say, well, we do it.
Who's that here, nigga?
Man, get the fuck up out of here, nigga. How the fuck is you talking about y'all were slaves in eight African Egypt, nigga? When y'all, the shit was already there. We got tombs still, we got fucking temples still standing over there, which the temple of Luxor, by the way. Guess what? Guess what was patterned after it? Solomon's temple patterned directly after it. Looks the same, almost the same measurements and everything. Ain't that your baby? The temple science is patterned just after the temple of Luxor. Y'all think y'all the first one with a tabernacle and an altar to make sacrifices and a priesthood? Y'all always trying to come with this old wild shit. That's why y'all bang on Africa. You damn right we not African. We don't know the customs. We don't know the culture. We don't know the language. We don't know the people. They're going to look at us and say we not African because niggas like you is online sitting up there banging on them every day. And the same ones that want to reach out to us and help us, they hear us. But they don't hear me. They gonna hear me tonight. They gonna hear me tonight, homie. And guess what?
Damn, this is classic right here. Shit, I gotta let this motherfucker play. I can't stop on this shit. God damn, niggas is gonna have to wait on the live stream. I'm trying to set it up.
Branch family.
Kill him big, motherfucker. God damn it. Which part of general? Which part of general? Like, share, subscribe, motherfucker.
I'm on your ass now, nigga. So say what you want, nigga, but if you come back in this league, nigga, you gonna deal with me, nigga. You gotta deal with me, homeboy, because I know everywhere you gonna go. I know everything you gonna teach. I know everywhere you gonna reach, and I know everything you gonna preach. You gonna keep teaching us that bullshit, nigga. Your time is up, homie. I done listened to you run, duck, dodge everybody for weeks. For years now, nigga, debating babies, nigga. Debate somebody that can stand on his own now, nigga. Debate me. I'm calling you out in front of everybody, nigga. Debate me, nigga. What's up? Ma'at versus your phony book. Ma'at versus your phony book. And I'm going to show you who Solomon was in that book. I'm going to show you who David was in that book. I'm going to show you who Abraham was in that book. I'm going to show you where they got all them stories from. And I'm going to wake everybody the hell up out of here. I'm going to wake all my people up out of their sleep, nigga.
Let somebody else fucking get a word and this nigga gonna fucking rock.
No, I don't want to hear your mouth no more. Let them hear a real king talk.
No, we got it.
Hey, that's how I feel about Lex. Why let the talk?
Let a real king talk.
Oh shit! Chris Sun the shit out of that niggas. Nigga, he from the sun. He keeps shit hot, nigga. Look at you, the dazzle stretched out neck.
Okay, cool.
Oh shit! Motherfucker, that nigga trying to fall home, nigga. But you only got that little flip joint.
No, I want you to be able to talk. But I'm gonna show everybody all he gonna do is throw ad hominems. He can never answer a question. Whenever you answer him a question, what he does, he throws
Dude about to cry.
out there, and he
Eyes like, oh my god!
Trying to look for a fucking
oh my god! Who's eyes?
Ain't got no sword. That ain't got nothing.
Oh my god!
Then he said, "Go give you a headlock." Until you can show me the Yahweh language and the progression from the Phoenician alphabet to the Yahweh lingua franca, you ain't shit, homie. You just telling a bunch of lies to make it seem like you smart. I ain't got to know the language to understand them simple sciences, homeboy. It never existed. Just like Israel never existed. It never existed on any map. No king ever talked about him. Moses don't even know what Pharaoh he was running from. Don't nobody know what daughter Solomon married from what Pharaoh. Don't nobody know who Joseph, what Pharaoh he served under. It's just a bunch of make-believe shit to take away our true history from our people. Our people, our history do not start in the Bible. It do not start there. Our history is a lot more ancient than that. As a matter of fact, that's a history that we need to throw away and learn out, find out our true history. And we got dates, we got monuments, we got temples, we got everything over there still standing there saying, hey, look, this was us. This is who you are. Come back here and look at this. Not a fucking book that's been revised. Y'all looking at language.
Do something.
Y'all looking at letters. Y'all looking at squiggly lines. Trying to find God. That ain't God.
Look, he typing. Nigga, you ain't typing. No, you typing, nigga. God. I know you better not be in the chat. You better be fucking telling the ass whooping.
I don't see none of it coming out of you when you go live on your show. All you do is insult people. So, dog, all that shit you talking, you got smoked tonight, homeboy, on a language that you supposed to know better than anybody on here. But you couldn't even prove it. There was no such thing as the Yahweh Diet language. These people were slaves for over 400 years. So
shut up, born again, y'all. Man, Judah talk though.
Almost came in there, whipped their ass, and sent them up out of there. There wasn't nothing but a bunch of Hyksos people that came over there raping and destroying.
The niggas is mad because that nigga go there, that nigga like, mute that nigga, please.
Get the fuck out of here, nigga. And then they came over there with their Yod-A-Y-A stuff because he learned that, and that was nothing but a moon deity.
Damn.
They sat there and they got the language. They got
Look,
the moon energy.
niggas is bad.
The moon energy over there from the word. That's where the word Yod-A-Y-A come from. Get up out of here. I know that whole history too. You're not ready for me on that.
Okay, we got it. Hey, Chris, I'm not trying to look.
Where's Solomon at, yo? Like,
yeah, just like your doctrine, man. Goddamn.
Your God.
Judah took L. A hard L, motherfucker. That motherfucker L like. That motherfucker fell out his head and shit like.
Things can be done without Judah even being on the channel.
Damn.
You get what I'm saying? If you just go talk and not let him speak,
Right
he
there.
don't need to be here to hear these things. He
That
can be
bullshit,
right
nigga,
now.
man. Go ahead with that bullshit.
Y'all gonna go at it. Like, I'm not gonna go at it with G-Con and then keep talking. I'm gonna have to shut up sometime and let him say what he won't say.
He ain't talking about nothing, nigga.
Where I feel he wrong. That's all.
Fuck.
So Judah, go ahead and just go ahead, bro. Talk your heart out, my nigga. We
Thank you. Thank you, brother. Now, I'm guaranteeing you, he about to unmute that mic and start rough trusting R&B and motherfucking our ears off again with some more tears.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm back for these motherfucking pup beasts with the power, okay? Get this ancient Egyptian Hindu motherfucking bullshit the fuck out of here. We know for a fact in ancient Egypt, they venerated the motherfucking cow goddess, Isis. What's really motherfucking funny is the same motherfucking shit they do in fucking Hindu, okay? That's what.
Do we know? Go ahead.
Yeah, what's going on up in here? These niggas has got demons on,
No,
okay?
I got it. I'm in front of my laptop now. I got it.
All right, okay? Now, this nigga knows he about to get fucking aired out. He said, F the Bible, F the Most High, and this nigga trying to push you into some motherfucking Hindu.
And I said, fuck you too. Don't forget that.
Hold up. All he's doing is just responding to the things he said.
Rob, I don't need you to give me no moral discipline, brother. I hear what he's doing. You got it.
Nigga,
I'm trying to allow everyone to talk because what I'm saying is, if you want to say whatever it is you want to say about Judah, don't wait till he here. Just go ham every time. You know what I'm saying? But if he's here, then you people at least want to hear. I want to hear the dialogue between you two. That's it. So if you won't allow him, I have to allow him the dialogue. Judah did that for me on his platform.
What dialogue?
So I'm going to allow him to do that on my platform, even though that these Christians.
No, why Rob trying to save that nigga again?
Even though we all have Christian tendencies, we have to try our best.
But you
Yo, we got Arab nigga.
Okay, bro. Judah, go ahead, bro.
Thank you, brother Rob. Thank you. Thank you. Now, let's get back to that motherfucking ass whooping. Okay? He said, F the Bible and trying to get your ass into some motherfucking Hinduism. Okay? Some weird ass bullshit that's not fucking true. For the same reason, like in ancient Egypt, they worship Isis, a cow mother goddess. This is in India, where they worship a motherfucking cow goddess.
Mm-hmm.
You want to hear something about some fucking Ma'at? Let's just see what the fucking Ma'at is. In the same way that Ma'at was an important concept in the lives of the ancient Egyptians, in the Hindu religion, the concept of universal cosmic law is known as Rita. Rita has many meanings, including order, balance, harmony, law, unified life energy, and principle of intelligence. Now, anybody who studies Ma'at knows that the king or the pharaoh was supposed to be the masculine aspect of fucking Ma'at, and like the universe was the feminine, and then to maintain order or equilibrium in the kingdom, they had to perform Ma'at, or else this thing called Itzbek, which is called chaos, would set in, okay? I know about this fucking bullshit ass ancient Egyptian motherfucking bullshit, nigga. I was a Pan-Africanist. So you're not teaching me shit, young guy. Okay? Get the fuck ancient Egyptian the fuck out of here, nigga. What else we got next? See that fucking cow god, nigga? Who is that? ISIS? No, that's a god goddamn Hindu and Indian cow goddess, same motherfucking thing. What's this? The ancient Egyptians worship their deities as humans with animal heads. The Hindus, deities, on the other hand, are always with human deities, on the other hand, are always with human heads. So, nigga, it's the same motherfucking thing. You should put your ass back in the motherfucking witchcraft.
Yawn, LOL. He not even reading no real source. He just coming out what somebody else said. I can explain all that in one. Watch it. He read.
That is somebody else's writing. That's a copy from one of the kooky books.
He went to the Hindus and showed what the Hindus did with her for. But he never showed what the Egyptians did with her for.
Let him get it out because you get the whole gist of it until you know what I'm saying. He might say, "Listen, hold up, Judah. Judah might say 10 things that you can beat him up on, but if you stop him after the second, you don't get to hear the other 8. That's all I'm saying. So you feel that way.
Oh no, I'm not, because you already fell on your face. But go ahead, finish up, Judah, so I can enlighten everybody to what folly you're doing.
Look, you're still talking. Yeah, I know, nigga. No, you call me Lord, nigga. Now look, motherfucking Ma'at is called in Hinduism Rita. Same motherfucking thing. A motherfucking feminine goddess, fertility, demon, prostitute, astral pole, fucking bullshit. Okay? A goddamn slut religion. That's what should fucking bring you back to, some motherfucking bullshit. Oh, you want to see this here? What's that? See that there? What's that? A motherfucking cow demon with a fucking sun disc with a goddamn bald-headed Hindu demon on there. What's that? Same motherfucking thing in fucking Hinduism. Get the fuck out of here with this bullshit representing fertility. Get ancient Egyptian Hinduism the fuck out of here. Oh, you want some more? What's that? Ancient Egyptian cow fucking, they worship the fucking bull dick. Okay? What's that? Same motherfucking thing in Hinduism. Okay? Get this ancient Egyptian, Hindu, curry-eating, bullshit the fuck out of here. The motherfuckers some goddamn perverts. Herodotus caught a fucking the ancient Egyptian woman fucking like a goat. You know it's true, nigga. Don't lie. I smacked that golfer with the bullshit. He's trying to get us in witchcraft. Motherfucking demon worship. But we're not done whooping on that ass. Nigga, I'm the right one, nigga. I'm the right one. I told you. I'm the kemet killer. That's why I saw shooting Sonny, punk ass. That nigga know better than to step up. Don't feel no right to step up. And your dumb ass is just dumb enough to get your motherfucking head whacked off by me, nigga. And that's good. I'm glad you're here. Okay? Get this motherfucking bullshit the fuck out of here.
Yawn.
Yawn? I'm showing pictures. I'm showing pictures, nigga. What are you doing?
Yawn.
Okay, you still fucking talking, nigga? What's this? The lotus flower. It's the flower of ancient Egypt. That's really funny. The lotus flower is also the flower of fucking Hinduism. Okay? Wait a minute. Okay?
Hinduism also predates
this nigga, make me a motherfucking curry sandwich, nigga, and give me a motherfucking
the Hebrew language or the Phoenician language.
Nigga, get the fuck out of here with this goddamn bullshit, nigga. This goddamn Hinduism. We're not fucking done. We have fucking doctors and researchers up in this motherfucker talking about the same motherfucking
That's a cool
shit.
book.
India and fucking ancient Egyptian were doing fucking trade.
Not even your work.
Hindu Kush. Hindu Kush.
That's some book you
Hindu
copy.
Ethiopian, nigga. Okay? Get the fuck out of here with this motherfucking bullshit, nigga. Okay, wait a minute.
Any book even talking about that is one of those conspiracy books. So that's just not even a source.
Fucking thing. The divine order of nature. Remember that nature?
Author of that shit, I guarantee you, shit on the church.
Worship and cash worship and
Guarantee you.
bestiality bullshit these niggas are into. That's why Leviticus said, don't do as the goddamn Canaanites and the Egyptians and the motherfucking weird ass, perverted, boy, white, carved ass ancient Egyptians. Don't do as they do because they are fucking goats and shit. That's facts. They had prostitute temples. Dude, Egyptian was sucking goat dick, okay? And you know it, nigga. Stop lying, okay? Your boy Horus got fucked in the ass by Seth. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Keep it going. We're not done, nigga. We're not done, nigga. What's that, nigga? What's that? What's that, nigga? The same motherfucking shit. Hinduism, ancient Egypt. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. It don't stop. We're still gonna go. Wait a minute. That's really funny. Who the fuck is that? Yeah, who's that? Egyptian Bess, the midget demon. Well, who the fuck is that? The Hindu counterpart. Get the the fuck out of here with this boo box bullshit, nigga.
That's also
okay?
Yah.
The fuck out of here, nigga. Make me a curry box.
That's actually your God, dummy.
Look, the masters, the goddamn man fucking tells you himself the goddamn ancient Egyptians and the fucking Hindus were the same fucking people, nigga. I got a fucking mummy with some straight ass fucking hair looking like goddamn Apu from The Simpsons, nigga. A mummy. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, nigga. Go to India. There's all types of motherfucking pyramids, nigga. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. Put fucking 20 or pump 5 and get the fuck out of here with this goddamn ancient Egyptian Hindu faggotism, nigga. Bullshit. And we're not done, nigga. We're not fucking done. What's this, nigga? What's that? Yeah, oh, ignorant. I'm showing pictures, nigga. I'm showing proof, nigga. Pictures saying a million words, nigga. What the fuck is that? You don't even fucking know, nigga. A fucking ancient Egyptian, Hindu fucking fertility goddess, demon, goat, dick sucking fucking.
That's what Anthony said. He said,
shut up, nigga. I'm fucking talking. Nigga.
Fuck up.
Lord, nigga, fuck up.
That nigga word.
These niggas lit. My bad, bro.
Yeah, I'm back to the puppies with the pound, boy. Okay, put it all down, boy. And you too, little nigga. Put it all down, boy. Learn something, nigga. Get this fucking Hindu
He ain't
faggot
seen
shit
nothing.
the fuck out of here, nigga.
He ain't seen nothing.
Nigga, you should never
He
have
showed
none
us
of
some
that
papers.
motherfucking
Showed
bullshit,
some
nigga.
pictures.
I'm your Lord, nigga. Your Lord Master. Now kiss my motherfucking vans, nigga. Size 11. What the fuck is that? What is this? We're not done, nigga. We're not done. In Egypt, the same fucking flowers blown. But we're not done, nigga. We're not fucking done. Get it again.
Now, he chooses his time to do that shit instead of explaining and teaching.
And dead cows float, and they jerk off, and they drink that shit. Well,
See?
guess what? That's the same motherfucking shit they were doing in the Nile.
That's a show what he's
They didn't
doing right
fucking rain
there.
in the Nile. They had to wait for annual flooding, okay, in Egypt. Why, nigga? Because Egypt was a piece of fucking shit, fucking ass country.
He just lied there.
It does not rain.
He just lied right there. This is horrible.
Look, he mad, y'all. He mad.
No,
Don't
I'm
look
not.
at Now,
I know I'm not.
the Nile Africa. They
I'm
made
just talk so I can address all this.
He's still talking. He's still talking, yo. He mad. They made irrigation systems in Egypt. Why? Because the rain didn't come. Because it's a goddamn desert, nigga. Get the fuck out of here with that sand sandwich, nigga. Okay? Who the fuck is that? That nigga don't even fucking know. This is the Hindu version of Osiris. Okay? That hit is called Yama. Okay? Ganges River, Nile River. Indus Valley, Nile Valley. Same shit. Let me ask you a fucking question. Where the fuck does Amun Ra come from? Outright. India, nigga. In the so-called Enid or the 9 original gods of Egypt, there's no fucking Amun Ra. Where does Amun Ra come from? He comes from fucking India. He's called the blue god with the peacock feathered hat. You lying ass fucking demon, nigga.
This is horrible. This is horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible what he's doing. And I'm going to show y'all what he's done. I'm going to show y'all what he's doing when he finished. Go ahead. You're not even proving nothing. Let him go ahead.
That's right. Let me go, nigga. No, the Lord, nigga.
Hey, Judah got me rolling.
My sword, nigga. Look, Judah.
Rob, let him go, Rob. Just let him talk. Because I can address all this.
I know.
He's already fell flat. Rob, just let him talk.
Yeah. Look, when nigga, you don't have no sources. All we hear is a whole bunch of motherfuckers.
Oh, yeah, I got plenty of sources, brother.
Shit, there's a whole bunch of motherfucking mouth. What's
Okay.
this? See right here? See that? It says, it is testified by Herodotus, Plato, Ceylon, Pythagoras, and Philostratus that the religion of Egypt preceded from
Pythagoras never existed, sir.
Wait, never existed, sir. What, you have a time machine, nigga?
No.
You have a time machine?
Pythagoras never existed,
You have a
sir.
time machine?
He's a principal.
Okay, let's take him out, nigga, and leave the other one. They said the ancient Egyptians proceeded from India. They all said that.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Now you're saying the ancient Egyptians proceeded from India?
You're
This
mad.
is horrible.
He's so fucking bad, y'all.
This is horrible.
Real bad.
Let's continue on. When you get done, let us know when you finish uneducating the people so I can educate everybody.
He meant, what's that?
No, I'm not. I'm actually pitying you because you're lying.
What's this? What's this called?
You tell me. I know exactly what it's called. That's where the story of Jacob Ladder was stolen from.
You're Egyptian scholar. What's this called?
That's where the story of Jacob's Ladder was stolen from.
Is this called?
You tell me. Go ahead.
Jet pillar, nigga.
I know what it's called. A DJ ED, a jet. It's not a J. There was no J.
Yeah,
this is horrible. No, I'm not. You're just lying to people.
I'm gonna crack your motherfucking skull off your shoulders, nigga. You're not scarlet, nigga. You're my goddamn son, nigga. Get this Hindu motherfucking bullshit.
No. My mom and dad are both black, and I married a black woman. I'm not your son.
Your goddamn Lord, nigga. Shut up. The God is talking, nigga. You said my God.
Right.
Slave, nigga.
Right.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah,
Right.
that's right.
Go ahead. Keep telling your lies.
I know I'm gonna keep talking, nigga. I'm your motherfucking Lord, nigga.
You reading from alternate sources, but you haven't went to any original text to read anything.
Well, let's keep it going.
You're reading a bunch of bullshit. Go ahead.
Still talking? You still talking?
Go ahead.
Still talking?
Go ahead. I'm waiting.
Okay. Paul William Roberts from the book called Empire of the Soul, Some Journeys in India. It is believed that the Dravidians from India went to Egypt and laid the foundation of its civilizations there. The Egyptians themselves had the tradition that they originally came from the south, from a land called Punt, which is an historian of West Dr. H.R. Hall referred to some part of India. You know, Hindu Kush. The fuck out of here, nigga, with this Hindu ass bullshit. And we're still not in that motherfucking. Oh, I know, nigga, it hurt. Oh, I know it hurts, nigga. It hurts your heart, nigga. I know. Too motherfucking bad, nigga. The God is back, nigga. You should never let me come out here, nigga. You should never challenge the God, nigga. This is your day. This is your lucky day, motherfucker. The God's back. Judah ass, nigga. That's right.
Judah ass. You ain't saying shit.
Live show, these niggas got it lit.
Hey, yo, Rob. Hey, enough of the bullshit. Let's get the people to education real quick. Let me educate people now while he's sitting up here lying. All right, let's educate people. We done with the lies. So first of all, if y'all notice what he's doing, he's going back to Hindu Kush. He's going back to where? He's going back to India for.
Oh shit!
Get this motherfucking bullshit the fuck out of here.
I'm not doing that. I've seen it.
His master, the goddamn white man, is telling him this motherfucker.
Y'all muting each other. All right. Wait. Now I'm gonna have to go. I don't want nobody. The first person, we not gonna kick nobody. We not gonna mute. So from here on out, I'm putting a timer, and I'm gonna put a timer on the screen.
Hold on, let me go. Hey, let me go.
I know. Okay, what I'm gonna do is exactly 9:30. Talk for one more minute. I'm putting a timer on the screen. Everybody will get 120 seconds. Fuck that shit.
I'm gonna need more than one, son. I'm gonna need a little more than 1 minute. Just like 3 minutes.
No, but just go. Let him go. Y'all go back and forth. That's it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Here's another source. Journal of the Discovery of the Source of the Nile. The dawn of human civilization finds the Hindus as captains of industry and entrepreneurs of commerce. They were in touch with the pharaohs of Egypt. The mummies of Egyptians were wrapped in muslin, which was imported from India. Hindu trade gave to the land of Nile ivory, gold, and spices. Get Apu from Simpsons the fuck out of here. We're not fucking done, nigga. We're still not fucking done. Wait. Uh-oh. Back for the puppies with the motherfucking pound, nigga. Who the fuck is that? That's Amin Ra, the blue guy with the peacock feathered hat. Who is that? The same motherfucking guy from India. Krishna, okay? So, nigga, get your swami ass the fuck out of here with this motherfucking Hinduism, nigga. It's goddamn bullshit. Okay, wait a minute. Uh-oh. You seem to have a motherfucking problem. What's that? That's an Egyptian woman with a motherfucking tiger. Well, that's really funny. In Hinduism, we see the same motherfucking shit. What's going on here? What's he holding? What's that? What's Osiris holding? Oh, we're not done with the night ass, though, nigga. We're not done. We're not done. Okay?
50 seconds.
All right. Brahma is mentioned in ancient Egypt as the god Ptah, transliterated from the Sanskrit word Pita, meaning father. Brahma is described as Pitama, forefather, and Ptah, father of the universe. Ptah, according to some historians, is often depicted on a lotus flower. Brahma is also shown on a lotus flower. Don't believe it? Go look up the lotus flower, ancient India, and go look up the lotus flower. We already have a group called Black Lotus Society. Is a channel. The niggas are Hindu ass niggas, and they love this Hinduism bullshit too. Now, I'm gonna be my motherfucking mic, and I'll come back, and to clap the motherfuckers on skull off with more. Get this Hindu shit the fuck out of here.
All right, Chris, you see, I got the timer running. That's all. I just wanted to give everybody
all right, let's get right down to it, because in order to get rid of the Bible, you got to get rid of the man who they say wrote the Bible. First of all, there was a god in Egypt that wore a bird head, which means intellectualism. That's what the heads meant. It's called zoomorphic, something that you don't understand. And this bird, his name was Tahuti. Tahuti carried a staff, which also is called a caduceus, that turned into a snake. Sound real familiar, right? He also gave the law, and the god Ra, which was the sun, called him to a mountainous range so he could receive divine inspiration and law from Ra. He later became Ra's what? Mokshe. Mokshe was later derived from the word and called Moshe, Moses. That's where you get the story from Moses. Moses, or hold on, Mokshe, or Ra's messenger, which was Mokshe, Tahuti, he asked for what? He asked for a partner so he could write down the divine law, and they gave him the baboon. That baboon was called Arnon. This is where you get the story of Moses and Aaron from. That's a cut. Second of all, let's get rid of Ham, Shem, and Japheth, that false-ass story, because you never addressed that. That story was being told, what, 2300 BCE, which was a Sumerian story about the Gilgamesh, about the god Utnapishtim. And that was when his 3 sons and the whole world was flooded by a god named Ea. And then they got off the boat and he made a sacrifice. That's a cut. So Noah never existed, Ham never existed, and Shem never existed. Once again, 3 allegorical characters that never existed that got your mind enslaved. Then you go to a bunch of books talking about the Hinduism and Egypt connection. Well, that's funny, because guess what? Egypt had all the temples, and everybody from all around that area, whether it be Indus Valley or the Levant area, came there to study. And then they took those concepts and took them back to their lands. So then you read, so they took them back to their lands, and they would call them something else. Brahma already existed, and Brahma was the sun. Brahma was the sun. It's just that simple. And you can look that up in Hindu Vedic culture too. Let's continue on, because you told another lie when you go to Herodotus and say that they were sucking on a goat's dick. That's funny, because Herodotus also states that the people of Syria or Palestine had got, guess what, circumcision from the Egyptians. I thought God told y'all to go circumcise somebody. So if you're going to read part of Herodotus, read all of it. As a matter of fact, Herodotus never mentioned one king of Israel. He never mentioned one priesthood of Israel. As a matter of fact, he said when he went through there, those people that were in that land were begging the priests for bread and water. They didn't know how to read or do anything. And I'll bring that out in the debate. So if you're going to come at me with that, that's cool too. Then you read from some dude's book and said that they believed. There go that word. We love believing, don't we? So you keep running and try and show everybody, see, the Egyptians did this, and the Hindus did this, and the Hindus did this, and the Egyptians did this. I'm outside jogging right now. I can address all this. Let's deal with Hathor. Hathor was what? The zoomorphic of Offset and Asar. Hathor, a cow feeds its young. So the zoomorphic idea of a cow feeding its young, that's all it was. And then you're showing Hindu statues where these people took concepts out of Egypt and went over there to their land and literally started doing it. You don't see any ancient Egyptians sucking no cow's dick. You're going to go to some false historian who deliberately told a lie about that, talking about they was in there fucking them. Well, explain Lot sleeping with his daughters. Explain that. Explain this cosmic erection he said he had and had sex with his own daughters. Explain that. And when you look at the 42 confessions of Ma'at, which is feminine,
Which by the general.
Proverbs chapter 9 says the law is feminine also. So that's a cut. And then we was already doing that before that. Now, I'm not saying any of these priesthoods were perfect. I'm not telling everybody to worship any of this stuff. But I'm trying to tell everybody this is where the concepts come from. So your weak Hindu Egyptian argument, that's not going to work against me either, because I've heard that bullshit in the past. When I used to hear you do that, I was like, this is so easy to cut. Now, let's deal with Jacob's ladder. First of all, there's no place called Pioneer. That's a place in the mind, and you just know that. So that's letting you know that the story is allegorical in nature. So therefore, if Pioneer, the place called Pioneer didn't exist, Jacob didn't exist. Jacob, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob ain't nothing but allegorical of the 3 sons. There was no Abraham, there was no Jacob, and there was no Isaac. You know why? Because there was no Shem, there was no Ham, and there damn sure wasn't no Japheth and Noah. They stole all these concepts in order to create a destiny for their people, and they went into their land, and they created this false, fictionalized place called Israel that you're not going to find anywhere. There was no King David. There was no King Solomon. And then when you see the Hezekiah stela, guess what he got all over it? He got Egyptian ants all over it. Ain't that funny? Wow. Y'all don't like addressing that though, do y'all? You know why? Because the Egyptians had all the power through there. So you're going to have to address, and you're going to have to show me one sarcophagus of just one of those kings. Because all our, what's it called, kings we have, like Usama'atwa Septeparah III, Usama'atwa Septeparah I, we have all those sarcophagus, in which your book sat up there and said that they drowned in some fucking water, which I know they didn't, because there was no exodus from Egypt. It never existed. So you can sit up there and bang on all this stuff all you want. I can address what Hathar really meant. I can address the standard of Aset, the standard of Asar, and that's the real Holy Trinity. Asar, Aset, Haru, the Father, the Son, and the Mother. All principles which we should practice in order to become a better family unit. Same thing that you should be practicing. And maybe if you practice it, you wouldn't been doing what you've been doing on the air acting a fool. I'm talking about sucking some cow's dick. Man, get the fuck out of here. Let's continue on.
This is how educated person talks. This is how educated person.
God damn.
Enjoy. No,
yeah, what up, man? I'm done busting his ass up. He trying to delineate between Hindu books that say this. You don't even make no sense.
I got you recording, just to let you know. I was recording that shit. You heard?
I left because you know why? Yeah.
I thought
Judah.
Because he can't answer any questions.
Anything you want to say? Because guess what?
Yo, you smoked the shit out of him, yo.
Away from him.
Yo, you smoked him. You looking bad.
I want G-Con to sit back and watch me clap this motherfucker's skull off again. Hey, Chris, you ready for round 2, nigga? If we knock you the fuck out and cheat me?
Hey, save that. We going live.
Who's this?
Yep.
Hinduism.
Yep.
I ain't hear no more of that shit.
Yeah, I'm stopping it now.